This story appears in Christianity. It appears in Islam. It appears in legends scattered across different civilizations, separated by oceans and centuries. 7 people, 1 dog, and a sleep that lasted far longer than a human lifetime. For centuries, this story has been told as a miracle, a divine intervention, a sign meant to strengthen faith. But here's the part that almost no one talks about. There is no Roman record of this event, no official archive, no inscription, no historical decree. So we are left with a question that makes many uncomfortable. What really happened inside that cave? Was it a miracle, as religions claim? A symbolic myth created to inspire belief? Or could this story be something far older than religion itself? A fragmented memory of an event humanity never fully understood? According to religious tradition, the story begins in the Roman Empire during one of its most oppressive periods. In the mid-3 RD century, Emperor Decius ruled with an iron hand, determined to restore what he believed was Rome's lost unity. He issued a decree that went far beyond religious ritual. Every citizen was ordered to sacrifice to the ancient Roman gods and publicly acknowledge the emperor's divine authority. This was not just about belief. It was a political loyalty test. Refusing the sacrifice meant being marked as an enemy of the state. Families were torn apart. Friends informed on each other. Public executions became a warning written in blood. Faith in this world was no longer personal. It was treason. In the midst of this fear, a small group of young men made a decision that would define their fate. According to different accounts, they were not ordinary citizens. Some sources describe them as nobles. Others say they served in the imperial court. A few traditions even claim they were close to the emperor himself. They had wealth. They had status. They had future secured by power. Yet when they were ordered to renounce their belief in one God, they refused. Standing before imperial authority, they declared that they would worship no ruler, no idol, and no man as divine. This was not just defiance. It was a direct challenge to the foundation of Roman power. And they knew exactly what the price would be. Given a brief moment to reconsider, the young men made a choice that many would call foolish. They did not negotiate. They did not beg. They did not submit. Instead, they fled, leaving behind their families, their homes, and everything that tied them to the world they knew. They escaped the city under the cover of uncertainty. Their destination was not a specific place, but distance itself. Distance from power, distance from fear, distance from death. As they moved toward the mountains, exhausted and hunted, something unexpected happened. A dog began to follow them. It did not leave. It did not fall back. It stayed with them as if its fate had already been sealed alongside theirs. In Islamic tradition, the dog is given a name, Kitmir. This detail might seem minor, almost decorative, but it is anything but insignificant. Across cultures, across centuries, this same strange detail keeps appearing. A loyal animal, a silent witness, a guardian at the threshold between worlds. Why does this story always include a dog? In many ancient myths, dogs are not just animals. They are symbols of transition, guardians of gates, companions between life and death, time and timelessness. This recurring presence raises an unsettling possibility. Perhaps the story was never only about 7 people. Perhaps it was about crossing a boundary humanity was never meant to cross. Eventually, the group reached a cave hidden among the mountains. It was not chosen for comfort or safety. It was chosen because it was the last place left. According to the story, Roman soldiers eventually tracked them down. Instead of executing them publicly, the emperor ordered something far more cruel. The cave entrance was sealed with massive stones, trapping the young men inside. No escape, no witnesses, no mercy. From the outside, it was a tomb. From the inside, it became something else entirely. What happened next is where history dissolves and mystery begins. Because according to the legend, That cave did not become a grave. It became a pause button. According to religious narratives, the young men fell into a sleep unlike any ordinary rest. Their bodies did not decay. Their faces did not age. Their breath continued, slow and steady, as centuries passed outside. Time moved forward everywhere else. Empires rose and collapsed. Religion spread. Cities transformed. But inside the cave, biology itself seemed to stop. They were not dead. They were not awake. They existed in a state that defies normal human experience. A suspension between moments. Whether interpreted as divine protection or something else entirely, this detail forces us to confront an uncomfortable idea. What if ancient people were trying to describe a phenomenon they did not have the language to explain? When the young men finally awoke, they believed only a single night had passed. They spoke to each other casually, unaware that centuries had slipped through history without them. Hungry and confused, one of them was sent to the city to buy food. What he found there shattered his understanding of reality. The streets were familiar, yet transformed. Religious symbols once forbidden were now openly displayed. People spoke freely about beliefs that once led to execution. When he tried to pay for bread, the coins he carried betrayed him. They belonged to a world that no longer existed. In that moment, the impossible became undeniable. This is where the story becomes deeply problematic for historians. Despite its dramatic impact, the Seven Sleepers narrative does not appear in Roman administrative records. No court documents, no execution orders, no imperial correspondence. Instead, the earliest written versions of the story emerged centuries later in Christian literature, most notably in poetic texts written during the expansion of Christianity. This raises a critical question. Was the story recorded because it happened? Or did it happen culturally because it was recorded? If the story was written to inspire faith during religious expansion, its purpose becomes clear, but its origins become far less certain. When we widen our lens, the mystery deepens. Stories nearly identical in structure appear across the world. In ancient Greece, Epimenides slept in a cave for decades and awoke unchanged. In Japan, Urashima Taro returned from a brief journey to find centuries had passed. In India's ancient epics, 7 travelers, accompanied by a dog, abandon the world and transcend time itself. Different cultures, different religions, the same core narrative. This pattern suggests that the Seven Sleepers story may not be isolated at all. It may be one expression of a much older human obsession, the fear of time and the dream of escaping it. Today, science is approaching ideas once confined to myth. Researchers are studying synthetic torpor, a state of slowed metabolism similar to hibernation. Space agencies explore human stasis for long-duration missions beyond Earth. Lowered body temperatures reduce cellular damage. Metabolism slows. Aging itself may be delayed. At the same time, physics reveals that time is not as fixed as it feels. According to relativity, time can stretch, compress, and diverge depending on speed and gravity. While these theories do not prove ancient stories true, they reveal something important. What once sounded like fantasy may have been humanity's earliest attempt to describe real, observable phenomena. So what was the cave? A divine miracle meant to strengthen belief? A symbolic myth crafted to inspire obedience and hope? Or an ancient narrative born from humanity's first encounter with time, behaving in ways it could not explain? Perhaps the real power of this story is not in its answer, but in its persistence. It survived empires, religions, and centuries because it speaks to something universal. The fear of time, the desire to escape it, and the hope that somewhere beyond history, there is a moment where everything stands still. The choice of interpretation is yours.